What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Luis from Retro Party, and today I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to know about Pokemon Go. There are many different mechanics in this game, so I'll break this video into segments. Click on any of these buttons below to jump to that part of the video, or you can watch the whole thing. It's your choice, honestly. First segment is finding and capturing Pokemon. I thought I'd start with the mechanic that you'll be spending the most time on. Now let's go over finding Pokemon first, as you need to find them in order to catch them. In the bottom right screen, you will find a display of nearby Pokemon. Every Pokemon or its silhouette will have one of four things under it: no footprint, one footprint, two or three footprints. These, as you have probably already guessed, represent how far the Pokemon is from your current location, with no footprint being right next to you, one footprint being 20 meters, two is 100 meters, and three is about 1 kilometer. There's also the aspect of lures and incenses. These two items spawn Pokemon completely independent from the normal footprint Pokemon and can be easily distinguished due to the cloud around it when it spawns. As of right now, all 151 Kanto Pokemon are in the game, with 146 of them available in the wild or through eggs. The 5 that can't be obtained right now are the 3 legendary birds, Mew and Mewtwo. Alright, now how to capture Pokemon. When you get into the catching screen and are ready to throw a Pokeball, you'll notice the colored ring that shrinks then resets. This ring is what you will need to pay attention to when capturing Pokemon. First, let's start with the color of the ring. If the ring is green, then the Pokemon is easy to catch. If yellow, it's more difficult than green. If orange, more difficult than yellow. And red is the most difficult to catch. Next, let's talk about the size of the colored ring. Your goal is to get the Pokeball inside the colored ring. However, the size of the ring when the ball is thrown matters. If the colored ring is full size, then you'll get a nice throw. If it's about half, then you'll get a great throw. If the ring is pretty small, I don't know the exact size, you will get an excellent throw. These throws yield more experience if the Pokemon is captured. 10 experience for a nice throw, 50 for great, and 100 for an excellent. Obviously, you want to aim for excellent as it gives the greatest boost to catch rate and the most experience. Another thing that you can do when throwing Pokeballs is throwing a curveball. This only yields about 10 extra experience and is pretty hard to land, but it looks really flashy when pulled off right. If you can master curveball excellent throws, then you will truly be on your way to being a Pokemon master. 2 other ways to increase catch rate is to use raspberries and better balls, such as the Great and Ultra Balls. There's no news on the Master Ball, but it should come in a later update since it was included in the beta, so we know it is in the game. On to the next segment, which is eggs. There are 72 different Pokemon that can be obtained from eggs. Think about that. That's just under half of all available Pokemon, and the Pokemon that can't be obtained from eggs are the evolved forms of the ones that can. Also, when you hatch Pokemon, it comes with between 10 and 35 candies, so if you plan on catching them all, eggs are going to be your best friend. There are 3 different types of eggs. You can distinguish between which of the 3 you got based on the distance you need to walk to hatch it. The 3 distances are 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and 10 kilometers, and each give 200, 500, and 1000 experience respectively when hatched. To hatch eggs, you must have the app open for the distance traveled to count. Also, distances traveled via car, plane, train, or other fast vehicles won't count because there is a limit to how fast you can go and have your distance be counted. Next up is training and evolving Pokemon. In order to boost your Pokemon stats, you need to spend your Pokemon candy along with Stardust. Boosting your Pokemon increases combat points, hit points, and sometimes increases your Pokemon's size. The more times you boost your Pokemon, the greater the cost for the next boost. Another thing to keep in mind when boosting Pokemon is the greater your trainer level, the higher combat point cap on your Pokemon. In order to evolve your Pokemon, you need to spend candy, and amounts vary per Pokemon. Not really much else to say there. Okay, we're halfway done. Next up is Pokestops. I'm sure everyone who's played the game has encountered one of these bad boys. As you know, you get items and coins from Pokestops. The items that are available via Pokestops are eggs, Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, raspberries, potions, super potions, hyper potions, revives, and max revives. Some of these items must be unlocked via trainer level before being available, as you can see in this handy chart that I've made. Also, Pokestops have a refresh rate of about 5 minutes and can attract Pokemon when a lure is placed on them. Everything I've covered so far is all essential for taking on gyms, which, if you couldn't guess, is our next topic. Before I cover gyms, I need to quickly introduce the 3 factions that players must choose from: Team Mystic, the blue one, Team Instinct, the yellow one, and Team Valor, the red one. Now that that's covered, we can talk about taking on gyms. Once you have your team picked, you can do 3 things at gyms. The first thing you can do is leave your Pokemon at an unclaimed or gray gym, or a gym from your own team. The second thing you can do is train at gyms, but you can only do this at gyms that your team owns, even ones that you own yourself. The third thing, and most important, is taking over opposing gyms. You must battle an opposing gym multiple times in order to bring down their prestige and ultimately take it over. Once you have your Pokemon in a gym, you can collect what is called a defender bonus. For each gym with your Pokemon in it, you can get 10 coins and 500 Stardust with a cap of 10 gyms, which means that you can collect up to as many as 100 coins and 5,000 Stardust daily. Now to cover how to fight gyms. It's pretty simple actually. You can do 3 things while in battle. Tap the screen to do a basic attack, swipe left or right to dodge in that direction, or hold to do a special attack. Keep in mind that you can only do a special attack if 1 bar is full. The number of bars changes depending on the move. Using these 3 simple actions, you can overpower your opponents and take over gyms. Alright, last 2 things. Fortunately, these ones are quick. First is medals. Medals are rewards you obtain for progressing in the game. Each medal has 3 tiers: bronze, silver, and gold. The difference between the different tiers is each tier has bigger numbers than the last. That's pretty much all there is to it. And finally, the last thing is the shop. The shop is pretty self-explanatory. You can buy stuff with coins, which you collect via Pokestops, Defender bonus, or through in-app purchases. The things you can buy are Pokeballs, Incense, which attracts Pokemon to you, Lucky Eggs, which doubles the amount of experience you receive, Lure Modules, a one-time use Egg Incubator, a Bag Upgrade, which permanently increases the amount of items you can carry by 50, and Pokemon Storage Upgrade, which increases the amount of Pokemon you can have by 50. I'm finally done. Don't get me wrong, I love throwing mad knowledge at you guys, but with this much information it can get overwhelming, and I tried to keep the video as short as possible, so I'm pretty sure there are some things that I missed, but that's why I have you guys. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to the video. Now it's time for my question for you guys. Let me know if you learned anything from this video. If you didn't, then I'm sorry. But that's all for this video. Stay tuned for some Pokemon Go tips and tricks coming soon. I'm finally getting into this rhythm where I can upload every other day, and I like it, and I will definitely keep at it. But that's all for this one. This is Luis, signing off.